We're out at Unleash in Las Vegas, Nevada, talking about GEM's all-in-one AI-first ATS.
It makes our jobs a lot easier in being able to keep track of everything and figure out if something's going wrong, that we can kind of pinpoint it to this one system versus having like multiple. Because that's where, coming from a startup, that's where we would have like 5 different systems, and I really wanted to consolidate everything, and so having that all in one system I think is like really beneficial.
I think a lot of it depends almost on the DNA of the vendor. So as someone who is an ATS provider who's now providing CRM and sourcing solutions, are they the best at doing that? So I think that if I was buying that kind of technology, I think it makes a lot of sense for having everything in the one place and reducing your tech stack and centralizing your data and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of folks are realizing even beyond the cost, there's a ton of impact for their team. When you think about it, if recruiters are juggling 10, 15 different tools, that's a bunch of different things they have to learn, inconsistent UIs. Now there's swiveling between a bunch of different tabs all day to do their job, and so it's super inefficient, and you can streamline all that by having everything in one place.
It really depends on what your goals are and what you're looking for, if it will work for you or not. I think that's the thing with all software in general. It has to be what works for you.
And I think you just want to allow for kind of best in class or best in category to kind of evolve.
I think it's important to keep all solutions clean and seamless in one environment if you can, because of the employee experience and also the manager self-service. We want to rally managers around the idea of servicing themselves so that we can put HR business partners and HR resources in the field helping the people.
The real challenge with all-in-one is a problem that goes back easily 20 years. Back in the mid-00s, we created this thing called the HR XML movement. Try to have common formats, common data schemas for systems to share seamlessly between each other. Trying to think of the common good. Companies didn't go for that. And so now we're left with, we have a system for this, we have part of your ecosystem for that. The data schemas are different, the data formats are different, the metadata is different. And the real challenge is trying to bring them all together to have some cohesive thing with which to build upon your decision making.
You get much better data because everything's fully integrated. You get a better source of truth for every talent relationship and every touch point. And that's really important because then you get better analytics on top of that data. And then AI on top of that data actually works. And we could do a whole deep dive on that, but it's really, really cool what AI can do when it has the right data and context.
I would ask some serious questions of some of the vendors about the quality of their system outside of what's been their core competency.
It's always interesting to see what the marketing language equates to what's actually the underpinning technology and the integration levels, especially at the data model. I think that is that's something you have to dig deeper in with your technology and engineering team, is really understanding what is that data model, is it really integrated? Because a lot of folks can put a beautiful user experience on top of discombobulated or disparate systems. So.
Pragmatically, it's just a lot easier to administer. So like recruiting operations, people setting this stuff up, they have one system to configure instead of 10. It also means that all of your config, whether that's user groups, permissions, your GDPR and compliance controls, they're consistent across your entire stack. You don't have to worry about things being misconfigured or configured differently.